Hi, everybody. So if I give you a table, can you tell me if that table could represent a function? Well, to see if a table shows a function, make sure there's exactly one output for each input. So that goes back to what we've been saying all along. For a function, for each input, you want exactly one output. But be careful. The same input might be listed more than once. That's not okay for inputs, but it is okay for outputs. So we don't want to see inputs listed more than once, but we could see outputs listed more than once. So let's take a look at a couple of examples. Here you might recognize the same, one of the same examples that we did a few videos back. This was the, which one was this? This was the maternal, no, this was the grandkids machine. Okay, so it takes a person as input and spits out that person's grandkids as output. Um, could this be a function? Well, as we said in the other video, here we see that this input here has three outputs. So already we know that it can't be a function. And then also this input doesn't even have an output. So this is not good for both of those reasons. We want to see exactly one output for each input. So that's a bit of a review. We already said that, and you already knew that. But what about this table over here? Take a look at this one. So as input over here, we have just a bunch of foods, and for the output, we have some colors. Okay, so take a look at this for a second and pause the video. See if you can tell if this could be a valid function. All right, the answer is no. This is not a function. And you might be surprised by that because it looks like for every input, there's only one output. Okay, pancakes, orange, nachos, yellow. So what's wrong with that? It seems like when we put an input, we get exactly one output. But if you look closely, you'll notice that pancakes is listed twice here as an input. We have pancakes over here and we have pancakes over here. So that means that actually pancakes has two outputs because here the output for pancakes is listed as orange and here the output for pancakes is listed as purple. So even though it didn't look like it at first glance, we actually have two outputs for the same input, and that's not okay. Now, what I could do to fix this is I could change pancakes to anything else about spaghetti. I hope I spelled that right. Okay, and now this is a perfectly good function. So now for each input, there's just one output. So now pancakes just has that one output of orange, and spaghetti took over the output of purple. Now you might be thinking, but wait a minute, don't we have three outputs here that are the same? Well, yes, we do, but that's okay. It's it's okay for the outputs to be listed more than once, but we don't want to see the inputs listed more than once because that would mean that there's more than one output for that input. Okay, but it's perfectly fine for, let's say in this case, for three different inputs to have the same output. That's not a problem. All right, so I'll just read this again. So to see if a table shows, and hopefully it'll make more sense this time around. So to see if a table shows a function, make sure there's exactly one output for each input. That's what we've been saying all along throughout all these videos, but be careful. The same input might be listed more than once. That's what we saw here for the pancakes. So that's not okay for inputs, but it is okay for outputs. It's okay to have the output listed more than once. All right, that's that. Have a great day.